think another big change too, we just got back from vacation, and there were four ladies that went on this vacation. I was driving, and all of a sudden, Peg leaned over and she said, "Oh, you're almost out of gas." And we have
this is a funny story.
We have a thing we can push that tells how many miles you have to go before you run out. She pushed it and it said 0 miles to go.
Oh.
And we ran out.
We were all chatting, listening, dead
silence. And normally where I would have just been like freaked out and nervous, where I'd been like beating myself up. I was like, okay, ladies, time to pray really hard. And the four of us did. And I don't know how much further. We really traveled quite a ways to find a gas station and get out of that
10 minutes.
At least another 10 minutes. And we made it just fine.
I mean, it was just funny. We laughed about it later because as soon as I said, we're on 0, I mean, like I said, the conversation went from dead, and you could just feel everybody go, okay, God, please help us.
But my point is, too, it turned to prayer rather than anxiousness.
Yeah.
We
knew God was going to get us through it.
Right, it was going to be okay. Somehow it was going to be okay. Whether we ran out or not, it was going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that was different for me because, I'm Irish and Italian. I'm not usually too calm.
Will you talk a little bit about STAR and the STAR program here?
Sure. STAR stands for St. Thomas Adult Recreation. When I first came to the church, it's the first Wednesday of every month that there'd be a concert. We're right across the street from Baldwin Wallace College. And these kids would come over and they'd practice all week long. And it was called the Brown Bag Lunch, I think, at the time. Mm-hmm. And so they practiced all week long, and maybe 4 or 5 people would show up Wednesday afternoon and eat their lunch out of a brown bag while they listened to them. And then I think I mentioned to a couple people, my mom had been in assisted living and they loved going places, and especially if it was free. So we started calling around, and we didn't call just assisted livings, we just called retirement communities, and we got the word out. And now Berea Lake Tower still comes the first Wednesday of every month, and now we're serving hot meals, and we're averaging about 120 people a month, every month. It is just amazing. I mean, and again, the concert starts at 12:15, and it usually ends. They do a concert half hour, 45 minutes, and then we go to lunch, and so usually, by 2:30 anyway, everybody was gone. But now everybody's having such a good time. We're like 3:30, 4 o'clock. It's like, come on. So that everybody is staying longer and longer, and so many people from the community are enjoying this. So it's just been really amazing, amazing program.
What has it meant for you?
Well, it's been everything for me. I have since lost my mom. I had actually lost her before I started the program. And some of this I look at as a tribute to her. And there's one lady that comes, and I swear she could be my mom's sister. They look so much alike. And I just have so enjoyed all the people, all the smiles it puts on their faces. I look forward to it every month. I have friends that do not go to this church, but they volunteer every month just because they get so much out of just volunteering for this program.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's everything. It's my baby. I love this program. It's everything for me.
Mm-hmm. So if someone came up to you and said, hey, we're looking for a church. Do you have a church that you go to what can you tell us about, or why should we go to, or whatever? What would you say to them?
I'd say come to St. Thomas, because when you come to our church, it doesn't matter what your background is. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Everybody is welcome in this church. And and truly welcomed. I mean, a lot of places you can go into and they say everybody is welcome, and it doesn't matter what your color is or what your religion is or what your sex is, but you walk in and you're welcome, but you still feel the coldness or whatever. But when you come to St. Thomas, they just see Jesus in you. And you're just truly just welcomed. I mean, you become a family here, truly just a family, and you're part of the family. And just like a family, I mean, you know, you'll fight sometimes, or disagree, I should say, but most of the time you just laugh and love, and it's good. And we tell everybody about St. Thomas.
And one thing that I remember when we first came, you came first, I don't remember if it was for the coffee hour afterwards, but it was something, we came in and we sat by ourselves because we didn't know anybody. And the next thing you know, someone came over and said, oh, no, you don't sit by yourself, and hey, you, and you know, and different people started coming over and sitting with us, and now we turn around and do the same thing. If we see somebody sitting by themselves, we go and, hi, I'm Peggy, you know, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, if they say, I don't really, you know, want anybody tell me about the church, it's like, okay, fine, but, you know, we just wanted to make sure that you felt welcome here. And I think that's a biggie.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a biggie.
Anything else you want to say? Anything I haven't asked you that you really think is important for people to know?
Try it, you'll like it.
I guess I guess I came from a small town, and I did go to church, and I was part of a church, and I have a big family, and so all my cousins and everybody, pretty much all went to the same church. We all went to the same school, and so it was church and family and school were all together. And then when I grew up and moved away from that, I didn't realize how much I was missing that in my life until I came to St. Thomas. And it's a big city, but it's a small town atmosphere. And if you're looking for someplace where you're not just a number, or you're not just so much money in the collection plate, then this is a place to come. And the fact that you've got your Saturday night service, that's one kind of service, and you have two different ones on Saturday or Sunday during the day, and then you've got the Saturday night service, Sunday night service. So there's a lot of different ways to worship too. So
Well, I think what it is they have the contemporary service on Saturday night, and then later on Sundays, like I think it's 11:30, and then there's also the 8 and the 10, which is more traditional. So there's just something for everybody here.